Are you a native English speaker? Do you speak English fluently? Would you like to travel overseas? You can teach and live abroad with a TEFL TESOL certificate. TEFL and TESOL are basically the same thing, and both the certificates allow you to teach English all over the world to people that want to learn English. You can take an in-class course at one of our exciting locations worldwide, or you can complete a course online from wherever in the world you happen to be. ITTT has been in business since 1997 and graduates more than 8,000 students each year. Thousands of people like you are teaching and living abroad thanks to a TEFL TESOL certificate. What are you waiting for? Add a TEFL and TESOL certificate to your resume or CV. You could be teaching and living abroad in just a few weeks from now.
Hey everyone! Welcome to another live session this week. My name is Linda and I'm here for ITTT. I hope everybody's doing fine. And today we are doing a live Q&A because it is the first Friday of a new month. Happy May, everybody. So today you guys can ask me your questions about teaching abroad, online, and everything in between. TEFL certificate, TESOL certificate, teaching online, abroad, different countries, whatever you're interested in, you can ask your questions today, and I'm going to try my best in answering them. So don't forget to like and subscribe. As always, we do these live sessions every week, same place, same time. And typically what we do, we have certain topics that we talk about. If you've seen us before here, or if you've seen me before here, you know this. But every week has a different topic, except for the first Friday of a new month, today. And on those days, we always do a just casual kind of TEFL chat, where you guys can ask questions, and that's what's happening today. But every other week, we have certain topics that we talk about. Like last week, we talked about Chat GPT and AI in the classroom, and kind of a couple of ways that you can use Chat GPT in your classroom for students and also help you as a teacher with lesson planning and different creating materials and all these kinds of things. So if you're interested in that, always go back to our playlist and check that out. Our playlist is always there on Facebook and also on YouTube. Our previous live sessions, you can always refer back to that. We've been doing these live sessions for several years now, so we have a huge library of really all topics under the sun related to teaching English abroad or online. So please, please, please go and check it out. And just don't forget to like and subscribe. And also let me know before we start, where are you watching from today? I'm always super curious. So where are you right now? Where are you watching from? Let me know in the comments. We're actually live on Facebook and also on YouTube at the same time. So please let me know where you're watching from today. I am in South Korea. It is 10:30 a.m. Friday morning, and today is actually a public holiday in Korea, Children's Day. So happy Children's Day if you're celebrating, or maybe you're not celebrating. Anyway, sending you good vibes from Korea today. What else is there to say? Oh, also, let me share that with you real quick. We have a 30% discount code. So if you're not yet TEFL or TESOL certified, if you're thinking about getting certified, thinking about moving abroad to teach English, or also starting to teach English online, a TEFL certificate is the first step in doing so. So today we have 30% off for you guys. So that is off of any TEFL course from ITTT. So this could be the 120-hour course, our most popular option, or also up to the 550-hour diploma course. So anything that you're interested in, you can get 20% off by scanning this QR code that you see right here. Or we also have a link. So I'm going to share that link with you guys in the comments. And then you can see it right here. So it ends with FB Live minus Linda, and then you click on that, and then you'll see on that page it'll say congratulations, you get 30% off or something like that at the top, and then you know it is the right link and you get 30% off. And we only share this 30% off link in our live sessions, so that's very, very special. You cannot see this anywhere else. All right, so only if you watch our live sessions, you can get this big discount. All right, what else is there to say? Let's see. Yeah, just let me know, guys, where you're watching from today. And then we are having a TEFL and TESOL Q&A chat today, so you guys can ask me your questions. This is for everybody, whether you are new, completely new to TEFL, TESOL, teaching English abroad, or maybe you're already teaching abroad, but you still have some questions, you want to change, go to a different country, really anything that you're curious about, you can ask today. So yeah, but still, where are you watching from today? Let me know. And we already have a couple of people here. We have Rooster Caught Preville. I hope I'm saying that right. Hi, where are you watching from? Welcome. And then we also have, I can't read Arabic. I'm very sorry, but hello, I miss you. I miss your lives. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much for joining again. And then we have Jack Deep Birat. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Hello, ma'am. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to let me know where you guys are watching from. What country, city, and what time is it there? How are you doing today? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. I'm just going to do a quick intro about myself. If you're watching this for the first time and you're like, who is this girl? I'm going to tell you right now. So, here just a quick introduction about me. My name is Linda. I'm a travel writer, content creator, and also language teacher. I teach English and I also teach German online, in class, personal classes, so all of that good stuff. And I've been living in Asia pretty much since 2012, and I have my own website at lindagoeseast.com. And also on Instagram, I'm very active. And if you want to chat and hang out over there, send me a DM. You can do that. If there's a question that you don't want to ask in front of everybody today, you can just send me one over on Instagram at lindagoeseast. So if you're interested in also moving to Asia, specifically teaching English in China or Korea, go to lindagoeseast.com and you'll find a lot of information over there. Or if you're just interested in traveling over there, also welcome. I'm originally from Germany/USA, so my mom is German, my dad is American, and I'm based in South Korea. And this is actually my 8th year in South Korea, so very exciting. Been here for a long time, taught English, still teaching English and German, so very exciting stuff. That's why I'm also here for ITTT as a TEFL and TESOL professional. And ITTT, if you're totally new to it and you have no idea what it means, it stands for International TEFL and TESOL Training. And you can find us at teflcourse.net. And we are a leading TEFL and TESOL course provider worldwide. ITTT has been around since the 1990s, and we've graduated over 150,000 people, maybe even more by now, especially this year, because after COVID, now everybody's traveling again and we all go abroad again. So this year we should have another record number of graduates. But yeah, and we help people, move abroad to teach English or in their own home country or start a English teaching career online. Everything is possible with our certificates. We offer a wide variety of different certificates. So if there's one that you're interested in particular, I can show you today. I can talk about it. But other than that, really, what we're going to do today is just a Q&A, and you guys can ask me your questions. Anything you're interested in about TEFL, TESOL, teaching abroad, teaching online, whatever you're curious about. There are no stupid questions. I always say that. So please just ask away. I also have some slides and some common questions that people send in, so we can also talk about those. But I really would like just you guys kind of sending in your questions, and then we can take it from there. So feel free to ask away in the comments, leave your questions. Also, just let me know where you're watching from today. Still haven't heard anybody. People said hi, but not where you guys are. So let me know where you're watching from. Don't be shy. Let me know. Country, city, whatever you want. What the weather is like today in South Korea. It's actually rainy. It's not raining right now, but it is gray, overcast. It was raining the whole night. So it's not too great. Yesterday was beautiful. It was warm and sunny, but today, not so much, which sucks because it's a public holiday today and the weather is bad. But anyway, all right. Well, maybe we could start off just very, very basic and explore the difference between TEFL and TESOL. If you guys are watching and you're totally new to this, you might be confused and you might be thinking, should I take a TEFL course or a TESOL course? What's the difference? Are they both the same and accepted everywhere, etc., etc.? So let's talk about that for a second. Let's just start with the basics really right here. So TEFL, TESOL, if you're new to this, you're going to come across these terms, right? And so TEFL stands for Teaching English as a Foreign Language, and TESOL stands for Teaching English to Speakers of Other Languages. And so they're initially the same thing. Okay, they're the same thing. Whether you take a TEFL course or a TESOL course, the content of the course, the units, and everything is exactly the same. So what is the difference? The difference really is just where these acronyms are used, where people say TEFL and where they say TESOL. So what do I mean by that? For example, if you look here, TEFL is most commonly used within the UK and Europe. So if you're from Europe, if you're from the UK, you refer to this as TEFL. And you might be more familiar with the term TEFL, whereas if you're from Australia, New Zealand, USA, Canada, North America, you're more used to hearing TESOL. So it really depends on you, what you want to do, which term you prefer. And at ITTT, what's great with your TEFL certificate, you can actually choose if your certificate, if it should say on the certificate TEFL or TESOL. So it's up to you. You can choose whichever term you prefer, but the certificate is the same, the course is the same, and your opportunities are also the same. Okay, it's exactly the same, just the name is different. It's like tomato, basically. So whatever you prefer, that's what you use, but they are the same thing. Okay. All right, here are some questions coming in. Thank you so much. Let me take that. So let's go back to this screen, and I'm gonna turn this question off and then show Sarah's question here. So Sarah says, I'm a non-native ESL teacher from Pakistan. I've been trying to get a job in the Gulf region and other countries for some time now, but despite my master's in ELT, I face discrimination. What do you suggest? Okay, wow. So you have a master's in ELT and you're trying to get a job in the Gulf region, but you're facing discrimination. So I guess you're not getting hired because you are a non-native English speaker. Is that what maybe why you're getting rejected? So really the Gulf region, the Gulf, the Arab countries in that, the Middle Eastern countries in that region, they have pretty much some of the highest requirements for teaching English abroad. That's pretty much the hardest region to get into because they also have the highest salaries, the best benefits. Most of the time, most of these countries also offer tax-free salaries. So really, really great. You can make a lot of money in this area, but they also have very strict requirements. And one of the requirements, most often they even require a master's degree, which you have, which is really great. So you're all good with that. But then a lot of times, depending on which country you're applying to, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Oman, these places, at the moment, they do prefer native English speakers a lot because they can pick and choose because it is such a popular destination. Unfortunately. So that's how it is. How long have you been trying to apply there? I don't think you said that. Yeah. So I would just stick with it. Stick with it and apply to as many positions as you can in this region. Give it another couple of months, another I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50 applications. And then if really nothing happens, I would say, okay, 1 year. So that's a long time. Apply again, apply to as many as you can. And if then still nothing, I would maybe go to a different region, pick Asia, maybe an Asian country. That would be my suggestion, starting there. A lot of people do that actually. They start in Asia, in an Asian country, and then after a year, 2 or 3 years, they then go over to the Middle East after they've gained experience, because that's also very important for teaching English in the Middle East, to have experience. Another thing, yes, you have a master's in ELT. Do you also have a TEFL or a TESOL certificate? Because that's also usually required. Even though you have a master's degree in ELT, having a TEFL or a TESOL just on top of that is really great, or also a specialized TEFL certificate. So what do I mean by specialized TEFL certificate? I do have a slide here, so let me show you. Where? Yeah, so different TEFL course options. Here, I think. No, not yet. Here. So what you can do on top of that is getting a specialized TEFL certificate. So a teaching that those are shorter TEFL courses. They're like 50-hour, 60-hour courses. And then you get a TEFL specifically for teaching business English, specifically here for young learners, or specifically for teaching English online. So in your case, maybe you want to get a business English or a young learner certificate, and you can add that onto your portfolio. That can also really make a difference. Okay, so Sarah has 3 years of teaching experience in middle school. Which country? Pakistan? Yeah. That's like I said, the Middle Eastern region is very, very tough to get into. So it might take just more time. Apply to as many positions as you can. And you can also check on our website, teflcourse.net. So let me just show you. I'm just going to share my screen so you can see that. Yeah. So this is our website, right? I hope you can see it. Okay, I'm just going to make myself smaller. Yeah, and then here at the top, we have a job section. So you can click here at jobs. Click on that. And then you can go down in class jobs, and you can pick a country. So let's say, where would you like to go? United Arab Emirates, maybe UAE. Okay, so we have Middle East grouped up together, I believe. Yeah, here, Middle East. Then you click on this, Middle East, and here are all the current positions for teaching English in the Middle East. Now, some of them, here says August 2022, some of them are older, right? But you can still take this email address, even from an older position, and still send in your application, okay? But just looking at this now for requirements. So for example, qualifications, diploma or degree or experienced, related, preferred, but not essential. Okay, that's great. Candidates with experience in arts, drama, or dance, welcome. And TEFL, TESOL preferred. So here it doesn't say anything about native English speaker. So I would take this one and I would just send in my application here. You always have, even though this is an older job description, this school pretty much still exists, right? And the good thing about English teaching is that teachers usually, the teaching contracts, they last for a year, right? So many teachers, they stay for a year and then they move away. They go to different school, different country, whatever it is. So these positions are always rotating, right? So even though this is an older position, you can still send in your application because very likely they require teachers all the time. Or looking at this one here, this is Saudi Arabia. So let's go in, read more. And again, we always have the writer here, so you can put this in your email. And this is the email address for the school, so you can use this and just apply. Okay, so now here for Saudi Arabia, you can see minimum requirements. You must be a native speaker and from one of those countries only. So that's just Saudi Arabia. very strict, right? Bachelor's or master's in English, or you need to have this, this, this. But even if they say native English speaker, I would still just send it in, right? You can still just send it in. So collect all of these email addresses, all of these names, and then just send in as many applications as you can. That's what I would try. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. I know it's tough, especially in the Middle East. Like I said, it's a very tough region to get into. Okay. All right. Amitava, hi. How are you doing? I'm doing well. How about you? And then we have a question here from oh my gosh, I hope I'm saying that right. Gioia? I'm so sorry. It's probably wrong. All right. Hello, Linda. I'm from Italy. Could you describe a typical course? How long does a course last? Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. So let's get into that. The courses. Yeah. So which course should you take, right? It's not so easy because we have so many different options, but you Google TEFL TESOL course, you get so many different results like on Google. It's crazy. So which course is right for me, for you, for us? Let's have a look at this. Joya. I hope I'm saying that correctly. All right. So for example, at ITTT, we offer between 50 and 550 hours of training. So this is a wide range. But what you want to do is, if you're totally new to this, pretty much the minimum internationally is 100 hours plus. So you want to aim for a course with at least 100 hours of study. And the courses are all named according to their study hours, okay? So, excuse me. Here are the different levels. But let me show you. Yeah. So our most popular option is really this yellow one. So the 120-hour TEFL TESOL course. Why? Because it fulfills this 100-hour minimum. So that's why the 120-hour course is the basic standard course that you want to get if you want to move abroad to teach English. So this is the typical course. And then if you want to do more, you can do more. Okay, so taking this course, this is what it will look like. This is the typical course. This is how much it costs as an example. And here, as you can see, it says stay away from free TEFL courses. So be wary of any 120-hour TEFL course or any TEFL course costing close to nothing or offered completely free. With these kinds of things, what you pay, you get what you pay for. Okay, so if you don't pay for anything, if it's free, you get very, very little in return. So cheap and free TEFL courses, they really aren't going to get you the desired teaching job abroad. They're most likely not accredited, not internationally recognized, and they also lack basic things like job assistance or even a hard copy certificate. You won't even get that. So you have to pay for everything extra, which adds up. And then it's oftentimes actually more expensive than, for example, our ITTT course, because those little things add up. All right. So typical course. Yeah. And here, our courses, they are all internationally accredited. They're accepted worldwide. We have good accreditation with different institutions. You can read all about that also on our website. With details of all the institutions, so you don't have to worry about any of this. And I actually started with this course as well. I was Googling TEFL course. I knew I wanted to move abroad to teach English, so I Googled TEFL course, and I looked at all the results, and then I picked ITTT because they had good reviews, the price was good, everything looked fine, and that's how I also got into this whole world. I was a customer. I started out with taking the course, and then I ended up working for them. So how long does this course take? I also have a slide for that. Yeah, so this is that certificate, and I'm just going to turn your comment off for a second. So this one is 100% online. Most popular one, it has 20 units, kind of 50-50 split between teaching methodology, teaching theory units, and also focus on English grammar. Because as a teacher, you need to understand and be able to explain grammar, right? So the great thing about this course is that you can study at your own pace. You can study whenever you want, wherever you want. And you have up to 6 months to complete this course. So what this means is you have up to 6 months to work through all the 20 units. at your own pace. You don't have to be online at certain times and join a class or anything like that. This is all self-study. You study on your own, work through the units. After every unit, there is an assessment, and you get a grade for that. And at the end, you need to have a minimum average of 75% or higher to pass the course. And then you get an embossed hard copy certificate that is sent straight to your door wherever you live in the world. And you also get a PDF version of the certificate. And most of the time, you will actually only need the PDF version to apply, right? You attach that to your online application. And then depending on where you teach, for example, for China, a TEFL certificate is required. So then you need to also show the actual certificate at the embassy to get the visa. But other than that, if it's not a requirement for a visa, just for the job, you don't actually have to show the certificate at all. And we also have notarization services available. So sometimes, depending on the country that you go to, you need to get an extra notary stamp. We also do that, but that costs a little bit extra. But it's not required in all the countries. So it depends on where you want to go. And with today's discount, the 30% discount that I shared with you guys in the comments, this course comes down to only 174 US dollars. So that's really, really a good deal. So if you're all new to this, yeah. So how long does it take was your question. You have up to 6 months to complete it, but most people actually finish it much faster. So depending on how much time you have, are you working also, or your other obligations that you have, it's really up to you how long it takes. So for me, I was already working full-time at the time, and I only did a couple of units a week, and it took me between 3 and 4 months to complete the course. But if you have more time, you can totally complete it much faster. So you can do 2 units a day. So by 20 units total, if you do 2 units a day, you can actually finish it in 10 days if you're really in a rush. Don't recommend doing that though, because you really want to kind of study more thoroughly and to get the material really into your head. But technically, you could do it in 10 days. Technically. Don't really recommend that, though. Hope that helps. Let me know if you want to know anything more about this course. I'd be happy to talk and explain. But this is also the course that I took. The first course with ITTT that I took. Then we have here Jeff. Hi, how are you doing? I'm doing great. It's nice to see you again. Yeah, nice to see you again, too. Hi, how are you? Awesome. Yeah, so that is about the 120-hour course. That's the most popular one, so I really recommend that one if you're starting out. Yeah, and this also maybe answers your question. So how long does it take to complete a 120-hour course? So just kind of how the whole thing works. So first, of course, you would choose a course, for example, the 120-hour course, and then you work through the units, right? And you have 6 months to do that. After that, when you complete the course, at the end, there is no final exam or anything. There is a final summative task. So a short essay about a topic that you can choose, teaching related. And then if you pass everything and you have, out of all the 20 assessments, you have a minimum of 75%, you pass the course and then you get your certificate. And then you can apply for jobs and then you start to teach. So that's kind of the process, how it works. We also have in-class courses. So that's what this is. An in-class course is what it says. It's an in-class course, so not an online course where you spend 4 weeks at an actual TEFL center of your choice. And it's roughly 8 hours a day in addition to homework and practice teaching 5 days a week for 4 weeks. And yeah, you can choose a training center of your choice. When you go to our website, you can go to in-class and you see all the available centers all around the world, in Europe, in Asia, in America, in Africa, everywhere. Australia as well. So really every continent pretty much is covered, and you can take an in-class course. And so the difference kind of is just the teaching practice. You get teaching practice when you're at the in-class center. You teach actual students face-to-face. So that's a really great benefit. You get this teaching practice. With the online course, you don't have that, right? So, of course, then also the budget is different, right? So, in-class courses are a lot more expensive than an online course. So, if you don't have a lot of time, if your budget is not that great, an online course might be better. And also nowadays, online course certificates and in-class course certificates are the same. They're valued the same. So it doesn't really matter. It's just for you, if you prefer maybe already going for 4 weeks to the country that you're interested in, you can go there, right? Do your course, get the teaching practice. And also what's great about that most TEFL in-class centers, they will then help you find a job. And sometimes even you can stay at that center and work at their school. They sometimes even hire the trainees that take the in-class courses. So that could be a great way already to get into a teaching job. But other than that, it really is up to you. There's no benefit over one or the other, online versus in class. Nowadays, it's really the same. So, yeah. All right. I hope everything makes sense. But yeah, keep your questions coming. Like I always say, there are no stupid questions here. So, let's have a chat. Ask me your questions about teaching English abroad, online, TEFL, TESOL, whatever you want to know. This is your time to shine right now. So whatever you're curious about. Like I said, I have slides for like the most commonly asked questions as well. So we can go through that if you want, but I'd really much rather prefer you guys asking me the questions so that I can just really answer specifically for you, because everybody's background, everybody's like skill set, everybody's situation is different. So here you can really let me know, hey, this is where I'm from, this is my school, this is my background, this is what I want to do, what are my options? Sort of like a consultation session right now, specifically tailored to your case, to your situation. Of course, if you don't want to share, you don't have to share. You can always, like I said in the beginning, you can just send me a message here on Instagram. Where is it? Here at Linda Goes East. If you don't want to ask here in front of everybody, that's also cool. But yeah, keep your questions coming. Keep your questions coming. And again, we do have a 30% discount. So you can scan this QR code, get a 30% discount off of your course, or you can also use the link. I'm just going to share this link one more time in the comment section so everybody has access. Looks like this. Ends with FB Live minus Linda, and you copy paste this link. It will lead you to the application page. Maybe I can show you real quick because sometimes someone might get confused, but basically when you use this link, let me see, share the screen. Yeah, so then you will see this page. There we go. You click on that link, you see this page. This is the application page, and then you know you did it right when you see this one. You're being granted a 30% discount on every online course and on every in-class course deposit. And here may be some important information for your course. So the registration process is completely free and it does not commit you in any way. So you can just fill out this form really just for fun. It doesn't commit you in any way. It's totally free. So you can fill out 5 different applications if you want. It's all good. It's not binding. And anyone fluent in English and aged 18 plus is eligible for our courses. So you don't have to be a native English speaker. You don't have to be from any specific country in the world. As long as you are fluent in English, which means you understand the unit, the units, the course content, and you are over 18, then you're eligible to take the course. No previous experience or qualifications are required. So you can be totally new to this. You can still take this course. You don't have to have a degree or anything like that. Anyone can take this course. And you can just register today, and then you receive a free e-guide covering the basics of TEFL TESOL. That's also really good. And all online courses are entirely flexible and self-paced. So this means you work at your own pace in your own time. And then you can even use different platforms here to fill in the form, but you just put in literally your name, your last name. So let's do that just for fun. Linda, and I'm going to do a test. And then you put in your email address here, also just as a test, for example. And then you pick the course that you want to take. So for example, we just talked about the 120-hour course. So you pick online course, and then, yeah, let's do the 120-hour course. And then you even get a free course. You get a free course with this. And see, it's only $174 with the 30% discount code from this live session. And you get to choose a free additional course. So these are the specialized courses. So let's do, we have young learners, so teaching children, teaching business English, or teaching online. Let's do teaching young learners. That's actually the first specialized course that I also took. I did exactly this. And then later I also took business English. And then later I also took the teaching English online course. And then we say register now, and then it's loading a little bit. You have to wait for just a second. Loading, loading, loading. And there we go. And then your registration has been successfully submitted. And then you can exit here. You get an email. You get a follow-up email, and you get another email for like your payment, how the payment works. But you can also do this here. So different payment options, very flexible. We have a lot of different options. Even more here: credit card, Wise, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Western Union, PayPal, WeChat, Alipay, everything. And then it also says here you saved $75. So instead of $249, and you get 2 courses for $174. So that's really good. And maybe also keep this registration number in mind so that when you email us, you can tell us this number for reference. But yeah, that's all you need to do. And then you can pay and you are ready to go to take the course. That's basically how it works. All right. Amitava has a comment here. As regards the 4-year degree online course of TESOL, are there any 30% discount as well as installment payment options? Ooh, that's a good question. The 4-year, I believe just a little bit. So just a deposit. That's also how it works for the in-class courses. So for example, an in-class course, like I mentioned earlier, you go to one of our actual training centers in a different country. You first pay a deposit, and off of the deposit, you can have the discount. And then when you arrive at the TEFL center, you pay the rest directly to the center, and there's no discount off of that because those two are separate. So the deposit goes to us, ITTT, and then the actual tuition goes to the center directly. So that's why there's only a discount on the deposit. And I believe it's the same with the 4-year degree online course of TESOL. Same with that. So you can get a little bit of a discount, but not off of the whole thing, unfortunately. So those two things are separate. Good question. Good question. All right. Well, keep your questions coming. I still have some time. We still have some time left here today. So I want to make sure that everybody who's watching right now has an opportunity to ask questions. So yeah, don't be shy. There are no stupid questions. You can ask whatever you want. Everything is cool. Maybe also we get this question quite a lot. Maybe I'm sure some people want to ask this. So can I teach English abroad without a degree, right? We talked a lot about with degrees, native speaker, non-native speaker, but what about if I don't have a university degree? So can you still teach English abroad? And the answer is yes, you can. So I actually have a new slide for that. Here. So teaching English without a degree, yes, you can. It is possible. So many language schools, they will hire you regardless of your educational background. But why is it often preferred? So some countries, they actually have rules or restrictions that require a degree in order to obtain a work visa. So in those cases, then it is really impossible. If you don't have a degree, you cannot get a work visa in certain countries. So for example, that is, where is it? China, Korea as well. Japan, I'm not quite sure, but some countries, but actually not that many, where it is tied to a visa, right? But a TEFL or a TESOL qualification is almost always necessary. If it's not a legal requirement for the visa, it is a requirement just set by the schools. Schools just really prefer hiring people with a TEFL or TESOL certificate. So if you don't have a degree, you want to get at least a TEFL TESOL certificate. And in that case, the higher the training hours, the better. So you don't really want to stick with only the 120-hour course. Go higher if you can. The higher, the better. We have so many different options. So if you don't have a degree, don't just get the 120-hour course that everybody has. Do more hours. It will benefit you. So how can you increase your chances? Again, with a TEFL certification, and then also with specialized TEFL certificates in teaching young learners or teaching business English. Teaching English online. The TESOL diploma course has more hours. So those kinds of things will boost your resume if you don't have a degree. And then you can also teach English online or in person, in your community, from home, of course. You can tutor people just to gain teaching experience that will also really help you in your job search. So possible countries where you can teach English abroad if you don't have a degree. Asia is always great, places like Cambodia or Laos. So you want to go Southeast Asia. Also, the best region for people without a degree is undoubtedly Central and South America. So this region provides the most opportunities for non-degree TEFL graduates. Best one. South America, Latin America, Central America. This region is the best if you don't have a degree. And many Middle Eastern countries, they have strict TEFL job requirements. We just talked about it a couple minutes ago. Middle East is pretty much the hardest region to get into because their salary is very high, their benefits are high, tax-free salaries. So it's very hard to get a job in the Middle East. You have to have really a degree, experience, even sometimes a master's degree, all of this additional stuff. So it's tough. So if you don't have a degree, you probably can't teach in the Middle East. Not impossible, of course, but probably very challenging. So this is teaching English without a degree. And then a lot of people also, of course, ask, how much money can you make teaching English abroad? So also let's have a look at that. So how much do TEFL teachers actually get paid? And so I kind of like to split this up into 3 different regions. So high earning potential region, medium earning potential region, and then the low earning potential region. So let's have a look. The high earning potential region, like we just said, is the Middle East, clearly. The Middle East has the highest TEFL salaries in all of the world. And then really closely followed by East Asia. So those are countries like China, Korea, Japan, Taiwan. And those 2 regions are really, really great if you're looking to make the most money out of teaching. Really great, but also their requirements tend to be stricter than in other regions. And what's great there, not only is the salary high, but you also get a lot of great benefits like paid housing, paid airfare, and health insurance. And sometimes even also end of contract bonuses, contract completion bonuses. A lot of these places also have a national pension scheme that you pay into. Again, in the Middle East, you have tax-free salaries. You don't pay any tax on your salary, which is amazing. So those things. That's the high earning potential region right there. Then the next one is the medium earning potential. So here you can make between 800 to 1,500 US dollars a month. These are places really all over. You can find these kinds of places everywhere. So for example, Thailand is one of these places, Mexico and Spain, on 3 very different continents, I guess, very different places in the world. But these are medium earning potential. And here you sometimes also get housing, airfare, health insurance, sometimes only one of these benefits, not the whole package, like in the high earning potential region. And then we have the low earning potential. This is usually in Latin America and also certain European countries. And here you don't really get any benefits. You don't get any housing paid. You don't get any airplane tickets paid. You have to care about your own health insurance sometimes. So that's just how it is there. And there you can really make anywhere from maybe even zero to 1,000 US dollars, maybe, or to 800. Maybe 1,000, because the problem with Europe is just a high cost of living. So, and if you don't get any housing bonus, anything, you're pretty much just breaking even, right? It's not a comfortable lifestyle. So what a lot of teachers do there, they take on additional like tutoring jobs or online teaching that can just supplement your income that way. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. So that's that about the salary, how much you can get paid. And then I just want to throw it back to you, really. So ask me your questions. What do you really want to know about teaching English? Let me know. This session is all about you guys. So don't be shy. Give me your questions in the comment sections, even if it's already been answered or you just want me to elaborate, or if you think it's a stupid question, doesn't matter. Just send it in. Send it in. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. Because teaching English abroad, TEFL, TESOL, if you're all new to it, and I remember when I was new to it, it's confusing because there's so many options. And especially, so I started this whole stuff in 2014. So that's how long ago? Oh my gosh, too long ago. 9 years ago. That's how I started, when I started like looking things up and kind of starting to teach professionally. Before, I was always kind of tutoring people in my school and friends and stuff. But 2014, I really kind of started really teaching. And since then, so much has changed. So 2023 teaching, 2023 TESOL is so different from 2014 TESOL or TEFL. The opportunities now are just so much more. It's really crazy, especially, and I keep mentioning this nowadays in all of the live sessions, but think about, and this is also partly because of how like the international work environment changes, and also because of COVID and how that has changed. But just teaching English alone has opened up so many opportunities, and now also more and more countries are opening up, we're introducing digital nomad visas or remote working visas. So you can move to a different country, get a remote working visa, and you can teach English online, for example, and then tutor people in your free time. So this is a whole other level of teaching English abroad, because you're not working at a school, you work online, but you are abroad. So nowadays, there are just so many more options and opportunities, especially now after COVID. It's a really exciting time to get into this whole TEFL TESOL world. Alexis says, is a 120-hour course good enough to start a teaching career? Great question. Okay, so I wonder, should I go back to the slide? Let's see, 120-hour course. Maybe just this slide. Okay, yeah, great. So let's do this one. So the 120-hour course would be a level 4 TEFL course. So you can see that here, level 4. This is the minimum for teaching jobs worldwide. So the 120-hour course is that. It's equivalent to a freshman level university course, and it enables you to teach in schools, language centers, and online platforms globally. So it says the minimum for teaching English around the world. So it is good enough to start a teaching career. Absolutely. It's the minimum. It's the minimum. The problem with that is, though, it depends on your other professional background, do you have a degree or not? Are you a native English speaker or not? It kind of depends on that. And then also, where do you want to go teach? If you want to go teach in a very competitive country, region, and a lot of people apply, a lot of these people are also going to have a 120-hour course, right? Because it is the minimum. It's the minimum. So then you really need to kind of look at other options. How can you make yourself stand out? How can you make your resume stand out? What can you do? You can do a level 5, a level 6, a level 7 certificate to stand out, right? Or you add on these specialized TEFL courses onto your portfolio to stand out, because it is the minimum. If you go to a region that is not that popular, not that popular among teachers, yeah, it is totally enough, and you probably don't have to do anything else. Or the other thing would be, if you are a non-native English speaker, you also kind of want to go and get a higher TEFL certificate. And what you can also do, what I recommend always for all of you non-native English teachers out there, get a English proficiency certificate on top of everything. So an IELTS, a TEFL, TOEIC, Cambridge certificate, any of those like big name English proficiency certificates that will really help you as well. So to your question, is a 120-hour course good enough to start a teaching career? Yes, but it depends on where you want to go and also all your other qualifications. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that answers that question. So yeah, it depends. Nowadays, really, the more TEFL hours you have, the better, because the 120-hour course is just the minimum and the standard, and nowadays everybody has it. It's a great place to start. It's where you need to start. So the 120-hour course is the first one that you need to take, and then all the other additional courses, they build upon what you learn in your 120-hour course. I hope that makes sense. You're welcome. And if you just missed that, I just did this one, the application. So we have a 30% off opportunity. The discount I shared in the comments. So with this, for example, what I did, I filled out the application for the 120-hour course, and then you actually get a free course on top of that. So can I go back? Yeah. So this was the test application. So we picked online course, and then hold on one second. Okay, here, online course. Which online course? Here, 120-hour, and then you get an additional free course on top of that. Here. And then you can pick which free course do you want, and this already will boost your resume already. Okay? And it's only $174. So with this, and these are 50-hour courses, so automatically you have, if you pick this, 170 hours of TEFL training already. So it's already better than the standard, and you don't have to pay more. You don't have to pay more. You just have to take an additional course. But really, it does not. Those are 50-hour courses. You can complete them very quickly, and they're so useful. So think about where you want to go. For example, in Asia, a lot of people teach children, so then the young learner certificate would be beneficial. But if you want to go somewhere where you're probably going to teach adults or business English, you choose the business English one. Or if you want to teach English online, you can also do the Teaching English Online additional course. But for teaching abroad in class, one of those two would be the most beneficial. So yeah, you get 2 courses in one, so you already have more than just the standard 120-hour training. 2 in 1 with this special offer, and just for $174 with this discount if you use the discount. So that's already really, really great. Hope that makes sense. All right, good question. Thank you so much, Alexis. Appreciate it. All right, we have a little bit more time to take another question. I'm going to be here for just a couple more minutes, so I'm gonna be taking maybe just 1 or 2 more questions. Let's see what's coming through. But I want to make sure that everybody here feels seen and heard, and I want to give everybody the opportunity to ask a question. So don't be shy. Just leave your question or comment, remark. Doesn't have to be a question, If you don't agree with something that I said from your own experience, if somebody's already teaching and it's like, oh no, from my experience, it's actually like this, let me know also. Let me know. I'm also here to learn, right? I don't know everything. I'm here to learn as well. I always love this exchange between you guys and then me. I don't want this to be just a lecture, but a conversation where we can all learn from each other. So, but yeah, keep your questions coming. We also go live again next week, every week, this time. So if you have any topic suggestions, what you would like me to cover next time, let me know. Also, I always recommend browsing our playlist. On YouTube, we have a playlist of all our live sessions, and also on Facebook, they're always there. So if you couldn't watch the whole thing today, you can always watch the replay and go back. Also, browse that library of previous live sessions, because we literally talked about everything under the sun. Anything you can imagine related to teaching, TEFL, TESOL, we talked about it. There's a lot of info out there. So, and it's great that you guys are here, because that's why we're doing this. That's why I always come here every week, just to share some good stuff with you. And it's great that you're doing this, because that means you're really serious about teaching English abroad or online, about TEFL, TESOL, because you're here and you're getting all this free information, right? To prepare yourself as best as you can. So that's really valuable, and you're doing great. Everybody who's here made this choice, and it's fantastic. So thank you so much. I really appreciate that. But yeah, still, ask me your questions, guys. Ask me your questions. Just going through if I missed any comments. Also, let me know if I missed a comment here. Maybe sometimes not all of it is showing up here, but let me know. You can also ask another question. If you already asked a question, you can ask another one. There's no limit to how many questions you can ask. Karima, hi, how are you doing? I like your little profile picture. Congratulations. Amazing. Very nice. All right, I think Karima is typing a question maybe. So I'm going to wait a couple minutes. Hi there. Do you have a question, Karima? Feel free to ask away about teaching English abroad, online, whatever it is. TEFL, TESOL courses. You're very welcome. Yeah, please ask away. Ask away. Feel free. That's why I'm here today, to answer all you guys' questions about teaching abroad, online, TEFL, TESOL. It's a confusing world, especially if you're new to this. So I get it. And there's so many different providers, so many different course options. It's so easy to get overwhelmed and confused. So, all right, Karima says, I'm seriously interested in teaching English abroad. Excellent. Yeah. Do you already know kind of what region you want to teach in? What country or what part of the world? Let me know. Emilio says, hi, Linda, I'll be going to Vietnam next year, but just a curious question. Where would you recommend a non-native teacher go to teach abroad? Cool. Yeah, actually, I think you're doing great with Vietnam. So Southeast Asia is a really, really good region. That is places also like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam. So really, really good place to go for non-native English speakers. And then also Japan, the JET program, they actually don't have a restriction on nationality. So that's always really good. And then also Latin America is a good region, but I'm very biased. I love Asia. I live in Asia, so I would recommend Asia, me personally. So I think Vietnam, you're doing great. So are you going there for vacation, for a trip, or you already have a teaching position set up? But congratulations either way. Vietnam is great. I just came back, not just, we went there like 2 months ago. We went on a short trip to Vietnam, our second time, and it was fabulous. The coffee there is the best. I love it. All right, Karima says, I got the ITTS certificate. ITTS. Oh, I need to Google it. ITTS. ITTS. Do you mean ITTT? ITS? ITT. Is that a TEFL certificate? I'm not familiar with ITTS. But Middle East, maybe? Yeah. So, Middle East, I take it you are, because of your profile picture, a US citizen. The Middle East has very strict kind of requirements for English teachers. We talked about that. Oh, ITTT. Perfect. Yeah, that's okay. What I thought. ITTT. Perfect. Congratulations. So that's great. So yeah, we talked about the Middle East a couple minutes ago, but they are really the best region in the world for teaching English abroad in terms of earning potential. You can make the most money there. A lot of countries have tax-free salaries. You don't pay any tax on your salary, which is great. So it's a really good region in terms of that. But this comes with a lot of requirements. So they want people. Many countries want native English teachers, so teachers with a passport, a citizenship from a certain country, which I think you have now, America, which is great. Also, teaching experience. They also want people with a degree. So, minimum is bachelor's. If you have a bachelor's degree, that's great. Master's degree, even for some schools over there. Of course, TEFL, TESOL certificate is great as well. And I think, yeah, if you have all of that, then you're really good to go. If you don't have that, if you don't have teaching experience yet, what a lot of people do who are interested in the Middle East, or either way, a lot of people teaching in Asia first, East Asia, so China, Korea, Japan, Taiwan, or also Southeast Asia, after they taught there for a couple of years to gain that teaching experience, and then they move over to the Middle East because the salaries are so much better there. So that's also what a lot of people do. So you could also do that. Go over to Asia first for a year or two to get the teaching experience, and then you have even higher chances in the Middle East. So, but I'm not sure, just based on your name, if you also can speak an Arabic language or Arabic. Maybe that's even also an advantage for going to the Middle East. Oh yeah, good question. So I noticed that their curriculums, Middle East, are British. Is that correct? Is that incorrect? Is that correct? So I have personally never taught in the Middle East, and just from my experience, like in Asia, China or Korea, some language schools, they would have a British style curriculum. Some of them would have an American style curriculum. It usually depends like on the individual school and just what kind of curriculum they follow, but most schools are really mixed. So all the schools that I worked at, we had mixed. We had British teachers, but we also had American, Canadian teachers, teachers from Europe, and it would really be encouraged to teach like both American English, British English. That would be really encouraged, because I think for students that's really important to get to know as many different accents as possible. So usually they don't discriminate against what type of English you speak. So I don't think that's a problem. Good. Alexa says, how long is the offer going to be available for? So the offer is available forever. It does not expire. It does not expire. So what I recommend, you just save this link, save it somewhere, so that when you are ready, when you know which course you want to take, you can just copy this link and use that for your application. but there's no time limit. But with, teaching, if you're thinking about it, the earlier you start, the better, because then you are ready sooner for available opportunities. So depending on which country you want to go to, and we did live sessions about that in the past, they have different hiring seasons. So if you're like want to go and teach in a specific place and then you're missing that hiring season and that deadline, you have to wait another 6 months or another year. So the quicker you start and the quicker you do your course, the better it is generally. But the 30% off is available every week during our live session. So save that link, and then when you're ready, when you know which course you want, you can apply. Okay, Karima says, thanks for answering the question related to the curriculum. Yes, I do speak and teach Arabic and French. Well, I think then that's really great, I think, for teaching English in the Middle East. If you speak Arabic and French, that might be a really great benefit. Really good. I'm not sure. Just I would think so. If you can speak Arabic as well, right? So I keep my fingers crossed for you. I think you have really good chances in the Middle East, and it's usually very competitive. So I don't say that lightly. All right. Good. I think we're going to do until here today, unless somebody has like a really quick last question. You can throw it in there now. But other than that, I think I'm going to say goodbye. And I'm also going to say, don't forget to like and subscribe, because we go live every week, right? Same place, same time. I'll be here again next week. And we always have a Q&A at the end of every topic as well. So if you didn't get the opportunity to ask a question now, or you're thinking about a question, you have a question later, come back next week and then I'll answer it for you. Or you can just leave a comment under here as well. We always get back to the comments, even after the live. So if you have a question, or also, I should also share that with you. We have an email address, of course, where you can send in your questions, anything. Courses at TESOL-TEFL.com. So if you have any questions, then you can just email us here and we'll also get back to you. And if you want to speak to me personally, you can also do that here on Instagram at Linda Goes East. Send me a message and give me a follow. That would be highly appreciated. And then you can also ask me any questions. But thank you so much. Yeah, I hope today was useful, and it was really nice to see you, Karima, Alexis, everybody, Emilio today. Who else was here? Amitava, Jeff, Sarah as well, Gioia. I think I'm saying that wrong. I'm really sorry. Jack Deep, Roostacott, and yeah, everybody. So thank you so much for joining and for sending in your questions today. I hope there was something useful for you today. And I really encourage you to like and subscribe and just join again next week, where we will talk about a interesting topic. I think that would be very helpful and useful for a lot of you guys. And then you can also send in more questions. So with that being said, it was really nice seeing you. Thank you. All right. Then I'm going to end it here. And I'm hoping I'll see you again next week. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend as well, wherever you are. And stay happy, stay healthy, and see you next time.